Hello YouTube! Welcome to another episode of Gamers Tonight, for which we are here to review Final Fantasy XIII. I am Boo the Powerful, and this is...
Actually, 12.
Basically, Final Fantasy XIII is the 13th installment to the very popular Final Fantasy series from the very popular game industry Square Enix.
Even though they really pissed me off this time, it's about the same as 12, except for you don't get to go running... Except for the battle system's a little bit different than 12.
Yes, they did change the turn-based RPG system. Instead, it's kind of a combination between turn-based and ARPG, action role-playing games, which was used in Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. Now, this turn-based system was questionable.
Sucky at the most.
Yeah, basically, you don't really have to do much, just keep hitting A. That's basically all you have to do. You can mix it up with a couple of different combinations, but that's basically all you can do during the entire game.
And it kind of pisses me off that they don't have the regular victory song anymore.
Yeah, they removed the dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee that everyone has come to know and love through the entire Final Fantasy series. But then again, they took that out in Final Fantasy XII also.
Yes, which is why it was voted one of the most worst games.
Good point. But I kind of like Final Fantasy XIII for two main reasons.
Because he's in love with Lightning.
Given she is hot, but that's not the point.
Or would it be more Hope?
Okay, Hope is the Roxas wannabe whiny bitch. Anyway.
No different than you.
Yeah. Anyway, what I liked about it was that the game was very... for lack of a better word, pretty. The graphics were amazing, and just the whole area was just basically beautiful. Unfortunately, the downfall to this beautiful area is that you can't explore it. The entire game, you're walking a straight line. The path is laid out for you. You just walk it until you walk up to the next enemy. It has to be one of the most simple ways to go throughout the game.
Okay, let's actually now start talking about at least the first boss, judging that that's pretty much as far as me and him got.
We never exactly finished Final Fantasy XIII. We mainly just played the beginning of the first disc. Now, while I was playing Final Fantasy XIII, I got the feeling, oh my god, this game is almost exactly like Final Fantasy VII.
Never played Final Fantasy VII, just to let you all know.
Well, Final Fantasy VII, the beginning cutscene is Cloud jumping off a train. Lightning jumped off a train and blew it up, but Cloud never blew up the train, but that's beside the point.
And it wasn't her who blew up the train, it was a monster that attacked it.
That's right, but again, beside the point. The first boss you fight in Final Fantasy XIII is a giant scorpion robot, just like Final Fantasy VII. And
he pops up later as... After you fight a computer, you have to fight him, which, if you don't pay attention to the tutorial, he'll whoop your ass every time.
Yep, you really got to pay attention to the tutorial system, or else you're just going to die and get pissed off with the game, and then eventually just stop playing altogether.
That's how I did it.
Yep, that's how he did it.
And it took us, 5 tries to finally get through it?
Yeah, it took us a couple of tries to actually figure out how to just do it. Eventually we just started over just so we could actually go through the tutorial. But anyway... another thing, Lightning, Cloud, Lightning comes out of a cloud, there's another connection right there. You have a black guy that uses guns.
Which I missed the old one, didn't he have body parts as guns or something?
Yeah, his arm was a gun. It was awesome. Also, Lightning is a former soldier like Cloud. Seriously, the entire time I was waiting for a female Sephiroth to come out of nowhere and kill all these motherfuckers. I was waiting for that to happen.
Good thing I never played the 7th one.
Basically, you have an Ares imitation, except this girl's a little bit more British.
And stupid.
And stupid. She's constantly aware of running away.
Which, if we do a later video, my cousin actually got her secretness, pretty much. She has a darker side to her.
Nice. But that's for a different video. But also we have some character that doesn't really have a correlation to Final Fantasy VII. Well, I guess he kind of does with Advent Children, but we're not going to get into that. There's a little guy named Hope. Basically, he whines. Yeah. He whines all the time. He bitches all the time. He constantly is obsessed with becoming stronger. He gets very annoying, and I just kind of want to kill him.
Same here. And he has a girl that we were just talking about all over him. The only thing he can think about doing is
Getting stronger.
attacking Snow, which is the other powerful main character.
Mm-hmm. Snow is basically the male Tifa. Constantly uses hand-to-hand combat, never uses weapons, is in a relationship with Lightning's sister, right?
Who turned into the things that you had to fight, but they found out her whole purpose was, at least they think her whole purpose was to save the town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what they're doing through the whole game.
Yeah, in the entire game, you have to, apparently you have to save the village and do these certain things. If you fail the mission, you become this weird zombie data thing,
And if you pass it, you become a crystal. Whoopee!
Yeah! Either way, you're fucked. So, I don't know. We never really got to finish the game, so we don't exactly know how it ends. But obviously, I think the obvious answer is they win, happily ever after, Snow gets the girl, Hope actually stops whining, Lightning finally finds herself becoming at peace.
Or Hope finally gets a nookie, whichever one.
Whichever one.
We should stop it.
So, we're going to do a basic review system of what we rate the game. Now, there's 5 ratings. Worst is piece of shit, which is basically the worst possible rating you can get. Could be better.
Average.
Average. Buy me, and greatest fucking game of all time. Now, for Final Fantasy 13, I'd have to give it an average. Though the whole building of the system was great. The graphics were amazing. The storyline was a lot of fun. I thought the story was amazing. Just the gameplay was lacking a lot. I missed the turn-based system. I miss a lot of things that they should have kept for Final Fantasy. And I really wish that they kept an original storyline instead of just copied Final Fantasy VII.
I would give it a could be better for the reason that I didn't like the whole turn-based system or that they got rid of the song. I mean, the graphics were great and all, but that's about as good as I can give it.
Yep.
From us at Gamers Tonight, we bid you goodwill.
And good night.
Screw yourself.